Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to Cilinix Crypto. Hope you're all doing great. I think most of you that are watching these videos on Fetch right now are doing great. I assume you're holders. But otherwise, we'll do a full analysis. All right, you don't need to hold this. You don't need to know what's going on in order to watch this video, of course. But wanted to make this video because we finally got the breakout. We've been talking about for, well, what is it? Weeks now, maybe? Because for 2 weeks, I mean, what I've said is that Fetch was consolidating, and that was also the case. We were consolidating very much, as you can see right here on the daily time frame as well, between 1.55 and this level right here at 1.05 or $1, even though that whole area was hit once. But we were consolidating, but we already saw an increased kind of momentum right here during the middle of November. We also saw increased volatility. We already tried to break out once over the weekend. And then yesterday, even though the market circumstances were quite strange due to Thanksgiving, where the volume was actually quite low for most coins, what we saw is that the momentum kept increasing for Fetch right here over the last 12-hour candle. Momentum kept increasing. We got the breakout here above 1.55, which was almost unable to actually catch that breakout. On the 1 hour time frame, it was a possibility, as you can see right here. But we got the breakout, got continuation into the next price target here at 1.75. And now that brings us to a very interesting point where we have broken the range, but under relatively strange market circumstances, I would say. So the big question is well, can we actually hold this range, and what are the possibilities here? Or can we actually hold the breakout? Excuse me, if there's one thing we don't want to do, it's hold the range. So that's the big question now. I have to say that in general, what we saw is that the volume for Fetch is actually up quite a bit. All right, so even though the market was quite strange, and under those circumstances, the breakout happened, the volume for Fetch right now is up to $1 billion, and there's also a market-wide kind of momentum building for AI coins. All right, you can see BitTensor or Tau is actually performing quite well. WorldCoin is performing quite well. Fetch is performing well. So it's not only Fetch, it's actually AI, as you can see right here, that's outperforming, and that makes it more likely that this is going to continue. All right. So overall, I think this is a real breakout, regardless of when it happens and what the market circumstances were. I think the circumstances for Fetch were that we were actually gaining some real momentum with leverage, but that there's also a lot of spot buying going on. There's not, as far as I can remember, there's not a hugely elevated funding rate right now. So that means that in general, it's quite healthy here. Well, the funding rate actually at times quite high. But overall, funding rate has been fine, or at least has been normal enough to not have to not have too much leverage in the price. So I would say it's most likely here that we will potentially get a pullback if Bitcoin pulls back a little bit more here as well, but potentially get a pullback. But I do think this is a real breakout that's going to lead to continuation into the next target, which is very, very clearly, according to my analysis at least, this level right here around 1.95 cents, which is, or $1.95, which you can see historically is a major resistance level, major key level in general, both as a resistance and as support. So that's what we're aiming for. I think it's most likely, we might have to consolidate down here. We might have to pull back a bit here. I think it's most likely we're getting there with the current structure break we had. But those are my thoughts. That's what I think is most likely for now. If you do have any questions, of course, let me know down in the comments. But for now, thank you for watching. Take care and bye.